Welcome to NIOS live classes, subject Science and Technology, class 10th, book number 212, module number 7, The Living World, lesson 20, History of Life on Earth. Part 1. Before starting our part, let's learn some difficult words for better understanding. First is fascinating. Fascinating means something that is very interesting and makes you want to learn more about it. For example, if you went on a beach and saw mountains, so you have fascinations about to learn more about those mountains. Next is existence. Existence, it means the state of being alive or present in the world. Like human, animals, insects, etc. Next is diverse. Diverse means having many different types of varieties of something. For example, diversity in cultures, in animals, in flowers, insects, foods, etc. Next is evolved. Evolved means changed and developed slowly over a long period of time. Next is primitive. These are belongings to the earliest stage, simple and non-advanced. Next is congenial. It means a suitable or comfortableness for living conditions. Next is enormous. It means extremely large in size or amount. Like a cruise or a big tree, a whale, an elephant, etc. Next is galaxy. Galaxy is a huge system of stars, planets and dust like the Milky Way. Next is revolving. Revolving means moving in a circular path around something, like a satellite revolving around the earth or a merry-go-round revolving. Next is expansion, the process of becoming bigger or spreading out. For example, a COVID starts from China and spread out the whole world. Next is catastrophic. It means causing great damage or destruction. For example, earthquake was catastrophic, destroying thousands of homes and etc. Next is bombardment. It means continuous attack or hitting again and again, like meteor strikes. Meteors bombard the surface of a planet again and again. During the war, the city was under heavy bombardment. Next is solidified. It means changed from liquid or gas into solid form. For example, water solidified into ice cubes in the freezer. Next is spewing. It means forcefully throwing out gases, lava or liquids. For example, the volcano was spewing lava high into the sky. Hypothesis. It is a specific idea or explanation that can be tested. For example, hypothesis: if a plant gets more sunlight, then it will grow taller. If temperature is higher, then ice will melt faster, etc. Now we have learned our difficult words, so let's start with our lesson, which is history of life on the earth. After studying this part, we will able to know some points. First is, we can describe the physical conditions of primitive earth. Second, we can discuss the theory of origin of life in terms of Orpin's theory and relate it to changing environment on the earth. And third is, become aware of Darwin's major contributions. Let's take a short break. Welcome back to our classes. Introduction. When you look at the clear night sky, you feel very fascination or you become very interesting, which makes us wonder how earth was formed and how life began and how different living things evolved. Some scientists have tried to answer these questions. In this lesson, we will learn about some various like formation of earth, the origin and evolution of life, and how human developed over time. .1 Physical conditions of primitive earth. In the beginning, earth was not suitable for living things because it was extremely hot. It was like a big ball of hot gases. .1.1 Solar System and the formation of planet Earth. The universe is extremely large. It is so big that we cannot easily imagine its size, and it is difficult to see through our naked eye. It contains billions of galaxies, and one of them is the Milky Way galaxy. In a small corner of this galaxy lies our solar system, which is very tiny compared to the whole universe. It is like a small grain of sand on a huge beach. As you can see on the screen, there is a picture, visual explanation of the earth. Inside this solar system, there is sun, which is a medium-sized star, and several planets move around it. Earth is one of these planets, and it revolves around the sun and supports life. Now let's do some activity. You can take help from any general knowledge book, geography, science or environmental book, or you can also use the internet to find a picture of the solar system that shows Earth and the other planets. After getting the picture, Carefully find where Earth is located among all the planets. Then mark or highlight Earth using a pen so it is easy to identify. Next, look closely at its position compared to the Sun and the other planets. This will help you understand how Earth is placed. There is a guess that the universe was formed about 12 to 14 billion years ago due to a huge explosion which is called the Big Bang theory. In Big Bang theory, there is an explosion which is called Big Bang, and after which it kept expanding. So our solar system was also formed later around 5 to 7 billion years ago. In the early stage of Earth's formation, about 4.5 billion years ago, it collided with another planet. This collision caused Earth to start spinning, which gives us day and night, and also created its tilt, which causes seasons. It also led to formation of the moon. For a long time after that, like about 700 million years, Earth was continuously hit by many meteorites of different sizes, which make its conditions very harsh. Over time, the outer layer of the Earth slowly cooled down and became solid. However, volcanoes were still very active and kept releasing harmful gases into the atmosphere. These gases collected and combined to form methane, ammonia, hydrogen cyanide, which are very poisonous for health. Along with these, small amounts of gases like carbon dioxide, CO2 and carbon monoxide was also present. This mixture of gases made up the early atmosphere of the Earth, which was very different from today's atmosphere. At that time, there was no oxygen, which is now essential for most living organisms to survive. Now form a group of 5 friends and each person represents one stage. First is universe, and then second galaxy, third solar system, fourth earth, and last is India. Use costumes or pictures to show your stage. Practice in order and present a show explaining the story of 12 to 14 billion years ago. There are the 5 stages which are going to present on the stage: universe, galaxy, solar system, earth, India. Now next topic we are going to know is origin of life. When, where and how did life begin? Scientists believe that life on earth began between 4.0 to 3.5 billion years ago. It is difficult to know that the exact time because the earliest life forms did not leave clear fossils. But some fossils found in India about 3.5 billion years old are of cyanobacteria, also called blue and green algae. Since these organisms are clearly quite advanced, scientists think life must have started even earlier, around 3.8 billion years ago. According to the theory of Oparin and Haldani, life began in shallow seas. These seas contain important organic substances like amino acid, which are the basic building blocks of life. These substances formed a primordial soup. And primordial soup, it means a simple inorganic compounds like methane, ammonia, water vapor, hydrogen includes with energy like lightning, UV radiations, volcanic heat, etc. So after combining them, we get our soup, which is primordial soup. Let's take a short break. Welcome back to our classes. The both scientists suggested that in the early Earth's atmosphere, which had no oxygen, these organic molecules were formed from simple inorganic substances which carries heavy rains and these materials into the oceans where life slowly began. Later, scientists Miller-Urey supported this idea by creating amino acids in a laboratory using gases like methane, ammonia, and hydrogen with electric sparks similar to lighting. Here is a picture on the screen. You can see the chemical reaction between the gases and lightning. Another idea they suggest that life may have started deep in the ocean near hydrothermal vents. These are cracks in the ocean floor from which very hot gases and minerals come out. Some ancient microorganisms called archaebacteria live in such extreme conditions which is above 100 degrees Celsius, and they get energy from these gases. Since they are very old, like about to 3.5 billion years ago, they may be among the earliest life forms. Even today, scientists are not completely sure how life actually started. Even if we combine all the necessary chemicals, we cannot yet create a living organisms in the lab. It is still a mystery whether life formed suddenly or through several steps. Scientists are still researching this, hoping to understand the process and possibly create life forms again. Now let's look at some of the diversification of life, like ecosystem diversity, genetics diversity, and species diversity. Life on earth began with very simple single celled organisms called prokaryotes. Over time, some of them started making food using sunlight through photosynthesis, which released oxygen for our use. This oxygen slowly built up in the atmosphere and allowed more complex organisms to develop. For a long time, only simple bacteria existed. There were no plants or animals back then. Later, more advanced cells like eukaryotes appeared, but life was still mostly single-celled. Around 600 million years ago, many different multicellular organisms suddenly evolved. This rapid development of life is called the Cambrian explosion. There is a table on the screen which shows the geological time scale. Fossils are the remains of plants and animals that helps us understand how life developed on earth. The age of rock in which a fossil is found tells us when that organisms lived. And scientists called paleontologists study these fossils to trace the history of life. These studies shows that different organisms evolved slowly over time to time. We have completed our part 1. Thank you for paying attention.